Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of T3, Tyler's Thursday Tips. And today I'm going to be talking to you about our last tip as part of the top 10 things that you may not know you can do on your own in Vax that you actually can. So let's bring you into Vax as we usually do. So if you missed how to get here, it's in all of my other recordings the last 9 weeks. So I save a little bit of time here. I jumped right into our top 10 reasons. So we went through the top 10. Today we're going to be covering 2. So number 10, adding travel credit and applying that to a reservation. But there's a bonus one on here. There's actually 11 reasons, and that is checking a travel credit balance. So we're going to go through those. Of course, they have the videos on here, but I am going to first go to retrieve reservation. Now, I've already made a reservation right before this recording. And first, I want to show you how you can check to see if you have travel credit issued. Probably the easiest way is to go into retrieve reservation, and we built this field out here at the bottom where you can simply check a travel credit balance. So I'm going to put my reservation in here and hit check balance. So pretty much since I just created my booking and it's still an active booking, I didn't even cancel it, it's going to tell me that there is no credit available, which is 100% valid, because if you watch my previous video, it shows you how to request travel credit, and I have not done that yet. So this is telling me that there's nothing available, but if there was credit available, it would show up there, would show me the names that it's under, the amount for each person, and when that credit expires. Another way to display your travel credit, so I'm going to actually pull up the reservation that I just made. Again, there is no travel credit on it, but this is another way to ultimately see your travel credit. So I am going to pull up that reservation. It's going to take a second to load here. And ultimately, I'm going to go down to my itinerary tools at the bottom, where there's a bunch of great different features. We talked about them a little bit last week. That's where you would need to go to cancel a reservation. That's where you can go to make booking modifications. That's where you can go and add internal comments for yourself. There's a whole bunch of different functions that you can do there. But if I go to the bottom, if I click on the history tab, so you can see some different notes in here, you can go to accounting activity, which if you have money on here, it'll show you all the different transactions that you've made. Reservation history will just show you kind of when you made the booking, if you've modified, if you cancel it, it'll have a timestamp on there. So it's all the different actions of the reservation. Reservation history with special service requests is a little bit more detailed, but ultimately there's an option here for travel credit history. If I click on this, this is another way to display your travel credits. But again, since I don't have travel credit on this, it's going to tell me that there are no credits available. So it's going to spin its wheels here for a second. It's going to think about it, and it will tell me just that there are no credits available. But if you do have them, it'll again display, just like previously, the names that it's under, the amounts, and the expiration of those credits. So you can see here, I don't have anything available. So ultimately, the reason for this tutorial is pretty much the one that takes the least amount of time, and that is actually applying travel credits from a previous reservation. So if I had a canceled reservation with travel credit that I want to apply to this booking that I just made to Cancun, staying at Margaritaville, I would go to Add Payment. Here under the payment type, where you have Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, etc., travel credit is one of the options. So I select that I would like to pay for this reservation with travel credit. My previous travel credit may cover all of the balance on this booking and may cover just part of it, and then I'll have to apply credit card to cover the rest of the balance. But this is how it would go, and I would apply my travel credit from an old reservation to this existing reservation. You don't need to call in for us to do this. You shouldn't be waiting for us to apply these credits. You can go in and apply them on your own in the system. A good thing to call out is travel credits must be transferred from one of our tour operator brands to that same brand. So Travel Impressions needs to be transferred to Travel Impressions booking, Apple Vacations to Apple Vacations, Funjet to Funjet. You cannot transfer from Funjet to Apple Vacations, for example. So it needs to stay within the same brand. But pretty much here, I just follow the steps down. I will put in that original booking number that I have the travel credit on. I don't have one, so unfortunately, I can't give you a live demo here. But you would put in that booking number. You would hit Verify Funds. It will tell you the amount of funds that you have. And then you just come to the bottom, you check the box that, you acknowledge everything, you're accepting the terms and conditions, and then you're going to add that as a form of payment. It will tell you that it went through. There'll be a little message at the top here. If you do want to double check it, you can go into the history tab, go into that accounting activity that I just mentioned here, and you will see that the funds transferred from booking A to this reservation, and it'll show here as a form of payment. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes my series that we have on the top 10 things that you can do on your own in Vax that you may not be aware of. You can always utilize these YouTube videos that I've recorded, as well as the videos that we have on hand in that tutorial or anywhere in our self-help library. And stay tuned for some of my next T3 videos. I think I'm going to jump back and give you some overviews of our brands, and then I'll come up with some other unique ones and different tips moving down the line. So thank you very much, everyone. I hope you found this information extremely useful as always. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to get in contact with me. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. Thanks, everybody.